Are you thinking about moving to Spain? Well, then you should watch this video because I'm going to break down the top 5 mistakes I see people do when they are moving to Spain. It can cost them their time, money, and even their dream of living in Spain. I run a real estate agency here in Costa Blanca, so I sell properties to international buyers and I even help people relocating to Spain. So I see these mistakes happening over and over again. So in today's video, I'm going to break it down and help you avoid doing these mistakes if you are considering or are going to move to Spain. Stick around because I'm going to share exactly how to avoid them. And if you are serious about relocating, I offer a free consultation call. Just click the link in the description down below and I can help you plan your relocation here to Spain step by step and help you avoid making some mistakes. So now let's get into mistakes number 1. Mistake number 1 is to underestimate the bureaucracy here in Spain. So there are a lot of paperwork when you are moving to Spain, and not only actually when you're moving to Spain, but in general, Spain is a country where a lot of paperwork is done. For example, when you're moving, you need to sort out the NIE number, opening a bank account, you have some taxes you need to get involved in, social security, that kind of stuff. And also if you're applying for a residency or even a visa. There are some complex things to do. Not everything goes online as in many other countries. Maybe if you are from other European countries or other countries a bit more advanced when it comes to the bureaucracy and the paperwork related to that. When you move to Spain, everything is a bit slower and there are processes and steps you might not even fully understand. So people assume it's like moving across town when they are relocating to Spain, but that's definitely not the case. I remember almost a decade ago when I first relocated to Spain, I needed to get an NIE number before I started to work and stuff like that. I didn't even know how to get it. So I get in touch with a woman who could help me with it. She charged me 85 euros cash, no receipt, no nothing. It was a classic cash in hand job. And I didn't even know if that was expensive or not at the time. But at the moment, I remember I didn't have any choice because I couldn't do it myself. I didn't know what to do and how to do it. So that's why I came in touch with this woman, paid her 85 euros. We went to the police station, filled out some documents, went to some other offices, filled out more documents, and then a few weeks later I could pick up the NIE number. So you need to consider that all this paperwork of course costs a little bit of money, it takes some time, and it can be a headache, especially if you're doing it wrong. So this is mistake number 1. Don't estimate the bureaucracy. It is a lot of documents and paperwork to do when moving to Spain. So just get it right, do your research, and then you're good to go. Mistake number 2 is to rent blindly. So some people rent short-term properties here, maybe over the summer, just to kind of get a feel from the area. And what they don't understand is they rent in this area without actually fully understanding the area because they live there only short-term. So one thing is if you live there over the summer, maybe let's say from June until September, you are there on the high season, and of course normally, especially on coastal town, there are more movements, there are more tourists, and the place feel a lot more vibe. You think it is like a lot of action all the time, but then maybe you are buying a place there and then you can see on the winter time that it's a dead zone. It's just a touristy zone. So now you don't fully understand the area just because you rented it in the high season or a short-term rental without fully understanding the area. So you may end up in a tourist zone or a dead neighborhood off-season. That's why I actually help people scout and compare zones before committing to rent a property or at least buying a property. So that is one of my job as a real estate agent here in Spain, is to understand the client's need, find out what you are actually looking for, and then find the property considering and based on your needs. There's nothing wrong in living in a touristy area with a lot of action in the summer and a bit more quiet in the winter. It's just about understanding the area and knowing that it is like that. Not all places are like that, but some places are definitely like that, so it's good to kind of understand the area before you are renting or buying a property here. Mistake number 3 is to wait too long before buying a property here. So some people plan to rent years before they are planning to buy a property here, but then they end up actually spending more in rent, missing good deals, or actually losing the buying power to buy property further down the road. And not only that, but the prices are actually increasing a lot in Spain. I've been here now for a decade and I see each year the prices are increasing in price quite a lot from year to year. In some places the property prices are increasing 10, 15 and even 20% from year to year in one specific area. So of course, if you're renting a property, considering to buying, and then you see from one year to the next it's increasing 10-15%, that's more money you need to spend now to buy the property, considering if you bought it the year before. That also means that if you are ready to buy and you know what area to buy a property here in Spain, then you might actually start going on viewings and actually buy the property. I do recommend buying sooner rather than later. If you know for sure you're going to buy now, not wait, not try to time the market, because the prices go up and they will continue going up as well. So the sooner you buy, it also gets as an investment, because the property appreciates over time, and that makes a property a good investment. You can also rent out the property if you're not using it yourself, makes it an even better investment. We help clients also doing that, buying property, then rent them out. We manage the whole process. So if you're considering buying a rental property, get in contact with us, schedule a free consultation call, and we will guide you through step by step how to buy a rental property and what we can offer as well. We can also guide you and find the best properties for you as a rental investment. Mistake number 4 that I see people make here in Spain is to underestimate the cost of living or over romanticizing life in Spain. So you need to consider that life is slower in Spain. It definitely is. Many people are relocating because of that, but it's definitely not a vacation. So when you are actually living in Spain, you're working here or working remotely but living in Spain, you will not go to the beach every day. You won't hang out in the pool every day. You won't go out and eat every day. It's more like a day-to-day routine. You have a normal day-to-day life. And of course, in the weekends, you get to enjoy the Spanish lifestyle, go out to eat, nice paella, nice restaurants, go to the beach, have a nice siesta, hang out with friends and family, and of course, just enjoying life as you should do in Spain. Life is slower. The lifestyle is what attracts so many people. That is one of the reasons I myself relocated to Spain. I wanted a better lifestyle and not having that hustle back in Norway, so I was relocating because of that, and definitely was a very good decision. I haven't looked back ever since. And also consider the cost of living in Spain. It's not extremely cheap. Maybe it's more affordable than your own country, maybe it's not, but for my weekly, for example, grocery, I spend around 60 to 70 euros on the weekly grocery shopping for one person. So just factor that in. Maybe that's expensive, maybe not, but that is like an average cost of living for the groceries. Utility bills, electricity, around 70 euros a month. Also, that's for one person. And also water is about 20 euros a month, but you pay them quarterly, so it's around 60 euros quarterly. Internet, about 20 to 25 euros a month, depending a little bit what company you are going with, but that's the average cost for the internet. And then of course the property prices depends hugely where in Spain you are. Are you in a coastal town, big city? Are you in Barcelona, Marbella, or Costa Blanca, which is definitely a lot more affordable, but at the same time you have all the same benefits as one of a more expensive place. You have the beach, you have the sun, you have the food, and you definitely have the slower pace of life and the good lifestyle. So just keep in factor the cost of living, and also consider what area you want to relocate in. Do you want to live in a bigger city like Valencia or Barcelona or Madrid? Madrid doesn't have a beach, so consider that as well. A lot of people who relocate to Spain are of course attracted to the beach and the kind of coastal lifestyle, Madrid has more of buzzing big city lifestyle. Very nice city, very starting to getting a lot more international, and a lot of people are actually relocating now to Madrid as well, a lot more than it used to be. So just consider every factor before making the jump and moving here full time. So it's definitely worth studying around and investigating. And the good news is that you don't have to go through this alone, like I did. YouTube wasn't really a big thing back then when I moved to Spain, especially not on this topic, moving and buying property for international buyers. So that is definitely now a good thing. You can watch YouTube videos, and if you are watching this video, you are definitely already on the good way to being on front of other people who are not investigating on moving to Spain. And that brings me to mistake number 5. People do this alone. They move to Spain, get burned out, they get confused, overwhelmed, or maybe even give up before they actually made the move and get settled in Spain. And the good thing is that you should have someone on your side, especially for rentals, buying, and just honest advice about the process. It's a total game changer. And with today's age and the time we are living in, we have YouTube. It's easy to find videos like this, which we didn't have back then when I relocated, as I just mentioned. And also the good thing is you can schedule a free consultation call with me, who has been in this situation before. I will guide you step by step on how to do it, how to find the best property, how to relocate, what steps you need to take, and how to avoid it, some mistakes. So completely free consultation call. So if you are considering it, schedule a consultation call down below, and I'll talk to you there. And the good news is that all these mistakes are avoidable, but if you plan ahead, do a little bit of research before you are making the jump to relocate to Spain, you can avoid all those mistakes. And if you are already thinking about buying a property here in Spain, watch my other video, 5 common mistakes foreigners do when they are buying a property. I'll put the proper video up in the link in the description so you can watch it. Save it for later, have a look, it will save you thousands of euros. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.